5.0 from 25 floppy disks on a blazing fast 66 megahertz 486. So I've been using Linux for a little while.
The only thing that you could have said that would be better is I used Yggdrasil. Which we don't have anyone here that usually use that, including me, because I'm new. Relatively speaking. So, cool.
I win.
Hi, Wayne. We should do that. We should totally do the whole AA thing. But
How about you? Who sponsored you?
You win?
Or
you
you?
did sponsor me. I
Polish
volunteered.
I'm Brian. I've been using Linux for about 15 years now. I've been coming to the meetings for several years. I do admin, Unix admin stuff for work.
And occasionally for fun. Or for data protection reasons. That sort of thing.
I'm Sean. I've been using Linux for a while and been coming to these meetings for about, I don't know, half a year or so. And I work with embedded devices, putting Linux on them, making them do networky things that are interesting. That's my deal. Hi, Sean.
My name is
Sean.
Luke. I've been using Linux since I was a teenager. I'm also an religiously Arch user now. And I did mostly admin stuff. Now I'm working mostly on integration type things.
Hey, my name is Scott. I started messing with Linux in '99-ish. I'm a scuba dive master, and I do Linux IT for small companies. So I use it do mostly servers. Actually, I haven't used the desktop version of Linux in quite a while. And I also do a little web programming, and I do a lot, or I used to do a lot of statistical programming in
Did you get the organization about the Tampa environment?
That was here.
Yes.
I saw an email about the aquarium, and then I put it in my back of my head. I was like, oh, I need to do that. I need to do that. But I didn't do it.
All right.
Hi, Scott.
Hi, Scott.
I'm Mike. This is my first meeting. I've been using Linux for a few years. But I don't get to use it at work, so that's why I'm here.
Hi, Mike. Hi, I'm Mark. I'm a geek, not a nerd or a weed. 20 years Navy, diver, and been coming here for a few months, something like that, here in Pinellas meetings, mostly Pinellas meetings.
Oh.
This is Joanne Marie. She couldn't come last time because they told her at the college she had to leave. I don't understand that. At any rate, I'm Jody Baudouin. I've used Emacs in 1986. I think someone dished Emacs a minute ago, if I understood right. Did I understand that right?
That is a
No,
joke.
Dylan doesn't diss Emacs.
It was something I couldn't hear.
Just
I thought
mentioned it.
it said Emacs. Anyway, I've used mostly Unix for, used a little Unix since about 1986. Somebody talked about floppies. I put AIX on the machine on floppies once. It took a while. So it has a lot of languages.
So what the problem is it's asking
Anyway,
what
I've
resolution do you support, and it's saying none.
been doing embedded software mostly lately. I had some interest in running the microchip development environment on Linux,
Because otherwise it's going to think it's wrong.
but here's the kicker. I have a boy that broke 2 Linux
I
machines,
don't know how to do that.
so I'm out. No Linux.
Uh,
Until I get a job, and then I can buy a computer.
could you clarify why she couldn't go where she could go?
Oh, we were at the college? and
The college?
HCC.
And
Oh.
just to text it.
And
That was a while
some
back.
person manning the lab said, can you have kids here? Well, I don't think she was necessarily correct, but I just left.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't want kids in the classrooms, but this isn't a class, so.
Well, a lot of people were bringing infants, and they were causing problems. So rather than get into the age issue, they just said no kids. I think,
Okay.
yeah, that's what it was. I couldn't figure out what you said, what you were talking about. Okay.
It depends on It depends on who you talk to. I was probably some middle-level bureaucrat.
Early 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like it had all these languages in there, and it was disc after disc. I don't know how many
Still
it
like
took.
that.
What I used to do, actually, you know, to enjoy this, I would go to an AIX machine, and I'd start an X clock, and I'd watch how long it would stay up, and it would go away. It would crash. Anyway,
Wow,
Can you give me
it
the
was
heated
unstable
file?
at one point?
of course.
See you next week. I think I
It
can
was probably in beta when we had, I worked for Halliburton, and we put the little bread wagons.
Can I do that?
You
No.
can't kill those things now.
Detect display.
The AIX machines.
Apply.
I'm Bob, and I'm a Linux user. Been using Linux since about 2007. Started off with Kubuntu, immediately went to Citrix, and now I use nothing but Arch. I install Linux for a lot of people in home use, small offices. I mostly set them up with Mepis, because then I don't have to mess with it a whole lot, and it does what they need.
I'm Brad.
Might
I
have
started
been
using Linux maybe a couple years ago.
I mean,
suppose
that's
I started
usable,
with
basically.
Ubuntu, and then I tried Linux Mint and
How big of a terminal?
a couple others.
I like the key stuff.
I recently settled on Debian because it's stable.
Because you don't need one.
And,
Oh, 39. What?
Because you don't need one.
interested in developing my personal security and anonymity more.
XR&R.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm the Slug Expansion Director. I've been coming to Slug for 6 years, off and on at the beginning. I've been playing with computers since early 80s. Saw Red Hat and picked that up until I realized I needed to drop it and started playing with Gentoo. Studied with it Gentoo until I got out of the military, and been playing around with different versions of different distros since then. I'm currently a freelance consultant, programmer, systems administrator, and I play with Linux for fun.
All right.
But if I might ask, raise of hands, how many people came here by finding about Slug through Facebook?
Well, I'm looking for the right.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. How many found it out through Google Plus? And how many people found it out through Meetup? Awesome. And you're convincing the rest of you have been coming here much longer than that.
I just put my hand up because I want you to use Google Plus.
We're not going to stop using Google Plus at the very least. We're just going to try to integrate all of the different sources a little bit better together. Like maybe perhaps say, hey, people are talking about stuff on this point, until such time that the various social networks start yelling at us because they want to be their own creative walled garden.
Now, Dylan and Sam, I read the other day that teenagers are communicating through Instagram now. So maybe we need
don't
to start
start.
having a Slug
Don't do
Instagram.
it. Don't do it. Just don't. I'm 18. Don't do it. Just don't. It's horrendous. Between that and I guess there's another one called Snapchat.
And Snapchat, yeah, that was listed as well.
Those.
They're like the
Snapchat's
I've
claim
seen
to
one or
fame.
two unsecured networks go
the
south
best
on that.
source.
Snapchat's claim to fame is you can put your naughty picture up
That's
there
exactly
and
right.
it'll expire in 30 minutes. It
But they don't
doesn't.
realize that on an iPhone you can just save and distribute.
Yep.
So Instagram's
It's insane.
not your fault.
I think our main concern a system is whether it allows for events, not so much communication as events.
I try to stay off
Is there anybody
Facebook when I
online?
can. I use Google Plus now because it's a
You mean when you
more
can?
intelligent community.
All you have to do is just never sign
Well,
in.
because I'm still
Don't go
18
there.
and none of my friends are on Google Plus, so.
He wouldn't know about any parties for a time.
Yeah, man.
That's right, you're 18, so you tell us that.
I gotta keep up at least some aspect of my social life.
You're gonna be joining the Navy.
Yeah.
Besides submarine?
Yeah, subs.
Yeah, no social life.
Yeah.
Be in Kings Bay.
That will be your social life.
I'll be up in Chicago for a while, and then
Great
down to
mistakes.
Pensacola, and then up to Groton, and then San Diego, and then back to Dam Neck in Virginia one more time, because I'm an ATF, which is Advanced Technical Field, so I actually have secondary intelligence training as well. So I basically I'm IT first, and then I can do strike planning, op intel, imagery. I basically pick afterwards. So I kind of got 2 jobs in one, which is nice, but I'll be all over the place. And then I start going. And
If
then
you're in the Navy, you have more than just a couple jobs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Number one, first and foremost,
Firefighter.
firefighter.
Yep.
You can forget anything else until you're done with nest cranking. TAD.
I've already heard the phrase, if it's broke, just paint it. So I'm
No,
excited for that
once
one.
for dust, twice for rust. It's
Lord.
broken, you hide it.
Great Lakes, huh?
Great Lakes.
I'm from Chicago.
Unless you can find something that exports a mode line.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
It
Did you
just
get it?
doesn't dump it out.
Oh. Well, this might work.
Okay.
Well, kind of working.
Higher resolution.
Oh yeah, I'm going in May, so.
God damn it.
So when you get leave, just go.
Well, that's
super fast.
65 megahertz.
Just watch out for the wrong face.
So my
Just as a
NVIDIA card
warning,
in
that's
NVIDIA mode won't read the pin that has the DDE display resolution on it. But in Intel mode it will, but in Intel mode the
It's a
NVIDIA
ThinkPad. Why can't it do everything?
it can do VGA perfectly with Intel drivers, but I wanted to use NVIDIA because in Linux kernel there's no support for hybrid graphics. It's decent, yeah. So, and I wanted the HDMI port to work because that's more useful, high resolution.
I remember reading that.
If you just paste in an IRC, I can do it.
How many times you had to fight for this delay?
Well, here's the problem. When NVIDIA Optimus graphics are is enabled and Intel is completely disabled, which is what I want when I want the internal display to use the NVIDIA graphics card for playing games. The pin, I don't remember which VGA pin it is. If you look it up, the pin that's used for DDE, which is the thing where the computer goes, hey monitor, what resolution do you run at? And the monitor goes, I run at this resolution. That whole thing doesn't work. So it asks, hey monitor, what resolution do you run at? And it goes, I don't know, 640 by 480, which is obviously not true.
What's the 7?
So I need 1024 by 768, but to do that I need the whole mode line because the new X display driver stuff requires the full mode line if it doesn't auto detect it in the hardware.
You need GTF or CVT.
What's that?
GTF will generate a mode line given resolution and refresh rate.
Where's what package is that?
GTF.
GTF? Well anyway, I think he's already given me a mode line.
What was the options for GTF?
You just give it the resolution and refresh rate.
Which I think is 60.
GTF like 1280 space 800 space.
I don't see a GTF package. Is it an R?
What repos? What? You still using Ubuntu?
I'm using Arch. Sort of.
Do you have AUR set up?
Yes.
It should be there. I haven't used it in a long time now.
I'm using Gentoo Arch, which is where I've compiled all of the every package using certain options.
Flags.
Yeah.
You need to borrow a
For
computer
razors.
that only has one graphics card so you can put some stuff on the screen.
What I need to do is set up an Intel only partition so that I can actually just switch to Intel mode for presentations. Or I could bring a HDMI to VGA adapter.
Just put Windows on your laptop.
I technically have Windows on it, but it doesn't have the stuff I need on it.
What, Linus flipping
GTF
off
I don't
NVIDIA
have.
didn't fix it for you?
What?
It said Linus flipping off NVIDIA didn't fix it for you?
No, apparently not. Well, no, actually, they're still fine. They would still be happily writing drivers for it if the symbol they needed wasn't exported GPL only. So, but DMA buffer code is improving.
I thought you said they fixed that problem.
What they are fixing that problem.
Oh, fixing.
Yes. Did you send me the thing yet?
Yes.
Oh. I didn't know. And my network is down.
Good job. How'd you manage that? What's a ricer?
Rice burner,
Australian for razor.
you take a,
Someone who does too much tuning on one option.
four-door Honda
Hey, this
Civic,
was that's just
completely screw up the, geometry of the suspension, the
Exhaust.
muffler, et cetera, da 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 da, and
That car's sad.
4-foot high goofy wings to add as much drag as possible, with the
Like
level
that.
end tires, then, you are now a riser.
If you can't go over a speed
You can't pull into a parking lot.
because you hit the curb. Just couple streets are
Why don't you just VNC into your left from Williams?
We did that last month.
Now, typically, just somebody who's taken the springs out of their suspension is
down on the peg.
Was that the actual resolution that it was running on? It's 1280 by 1024?
Otherwise, dead struts.
Hey, they take all the
Check.
comfortable seats out.
It's our dark.
Yes, that's true. Not really that comfortable to begin with, it's way too comfortable.
No.
So it's by
Let me
comparison.
get you the actual.
Comparison much.
Okay.
You can turn it from combustion motor to a bomb, and it's continuously.
It's kind of weird that this doesn't work.
You're not supposed to have just
That one.
pinch or slide.
You know,
By the volume.
I think it's supposed to happen. Otherwise it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, it's on the board.
Yeah, it's on the board behind the screen.
yeah, Gen 2 for racers. Maybe they
It should have said tweakers, right?
ignition timing and injection.
All right. Invalid parameter attributes.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes you feel like that.
That's all it's nice.
Go ahead. 5 minute talk. Yeah. Lightning talk.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and start some lightning talks. If anyone's interested in coming up and bringing up a topic, talking about something for 5 minutes.
I can do something quick if I get the display.
Oh, that would be the problem.
Yeah.
Hold on. This made progress.
No, but he's gotta fill it out.
Yeah, that's a 5-minute talk at least.
Or go with the front. Good.
Taking notes on recording the answers to his questions, noting the takes.
That's what I brought her for, secretarial work. Anybody here use TCL? Y'all like it?
Not really.
Anybody like it?
Not really.
Unfortunately, no. Okay. Anybody think it's easy to use?
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty much what I wanted to know. Somebody I'm working with had a theory that testers could write these scripts, so I wrote this app and put the socket in it. And it's sort of a pain in the neck to figure out this
What kind of
TCL.
testing?
I just wrote a dumb app that changes Windows C#. It flips things around when you. This is something to demo the thing, right?
I mean, what are you testing in the end? Is it an application you write?
Nothing. But yeah, eventually it will be an application.
If you replace testers, there's a program called Sikuli. And you can write the test cases yourself, which is Python based.
Write that down.
You can also play World of Warcraft completely automatically like William does.
What are you talking about?
From his cell phone.
TCL seemed hard enough to me to learn that someone who's not a programmer, I don't think is going to be really happy.
yeah.
Python
Yeah.
isn't too hard.
It was simple and that everything's a string, but once you get past that, it's still structures and functions, or not structures, but structured.
if you don't have a good editor, you're gonna get lost in the amount of braces you're using.
So what was the name of the thing you recommended as alternative?
For testing?
Or
Sikuli.
test group to write test scripts in, yes.
No, you write it once and you just tell it to replay. Sikuli, S-I-K-U-L-I.
To test a remote embedded device perhaps over a CAN bus or an Ethernet port or something. See what I'm getting at?
You plug it into the machine, which I guess you have to do. And then you click the play button on that machine, and it'll run through pretend to user type stuff in. And then wait for whatever returns.
Yeah, I was thinking something like expect. You know, you're using expect and it's supposed to be maybe pretty good with TCL. But anyhow.
Expect's a little more driving or driven. You want
How's
to
that?
accomplish this task. Sikuli, you can have functions which will respond saying this completed, this completed, this completed. This had an error. Let me take a photo for you and show you the error. So that way, after it's done, you can open up that file and say, okay, I had this return variable. I need to see what happened.
Sikuli?
S-I-K-U-L-I.
S-I-K what?
U-L-I.
U-L-I. Got it? Thanks. That's all I had. I was curious about that.
Well, that didn't work particularly.
You could, well, no, it's because,
I'm just gonna use my laptop.
You know what the option is to turn off EDIT detection?
like, go into a TTY and start X with different drivers.
Oh, you know, that's a good idea. Except I'd have to install Nuvo drivers.
Nuvo.
Nuvo.
What's
I'm
so
not
bad
French.
about that? It's packaged and.
Oh. Yeah, but I'd have to remove everything else. It depends on it. And there's that whole cyclic dependency between libgl. It would almost be easier to reboot it to Intel and see if the Visa drivers will just work. No, because you don't have the stuff on it
So
actually.
this is why I don't okay, let me SSH into your laptop on one screen. You just have that screen.
It doesn't really align.
Yeah, as I said, you want to use this, otherwise the network in isolation. Hold on, I think I got a solution.
Intel 4000, whatever, those next ones that are undying.
Give up and install this.
Running circles around you all day long.
Like this.
Windows won't prove the graphics setup.
First she has to buy
Oh,
those.
that's right.
No,